Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Allison Zuccaro. Thank you so much for joining us for our ASI Fall Fundraising Stalls webinar this afternoon. For those of you that don't know, I've been doing several ASI webinars about all different kinds of topics this past year. It's really been a really great opportunity for us to reach customers when we haven't had a lot of face-to-face time. We have gotten back to face-to-face, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm loving it, but we're still doing a lot of these great educational webinars for reference and things. So hopefully you can see my PowerPoint presentation, but a few housekeeping things. Please, as we go through today, feel free to type your questions at any time in the chat box. I will see them and I may stop throughout, but more than likely I'll kind of wait till the end or close to the end of the webinar to address any of those questions. So while you're thinking of it, get your thoughts in there. That way I be sure that I don't miss it and you don't miss the opportunity to get the question answered as well. There's a few different things I'll be doing as far as applications go. If you guys don't know, usually I have a heat press behind me. Today I have a dry erase whiteboard, and that's because we're going to do some non-apparel applications versus some heat press applications. So that should be a little different and kind of fun for all of us, I think. So let's go ahead and start the PowerPoint. Hopefully you can see my slides. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about fall fundraising. So I'm really hopeful, as I think you guys are too, that we have a fundraising season this year. Fall typically, traditionally in years past, pre-COVID, was always a really big time for fundraising events for all different kinds of things. And so when we talk about fall fundraisers, let's highlight some of the ones that we typically see. So obviously schools is pretty much the most common one. You'll see a lot of back to schools, fall fundraising for sporting events, for clubs, you know, just in general, a lot of private schools or non-public schools, charter schools will do a lot of fundraising to supplement, so on and so forth. But we see a lot of school clubs that are doing fundraising as well in the fall, and those usually are more charitable driven. So you'll see your National Honor Society, for instance, or your National Junior Honor Society will do some fundraising in order to donate money to a cause that's near and dear to them. And that is a lot of times part of their vow to National Honor Society is that they're going to give back so many hours they have to log so many volunteer hours. So that's where a lot of that's coming from. So it could be charitable driven, but also through a school organization. Those are two really popular ones. You'll see a lot of hospital, medical facilities, or charitable organizations doing fundraisers during the fall. It's a really big time for awareness, walks, runs, bikes, jogs, those sort of things. You see them all the way up until, at least in Michigan, we see them all the way up from like probably middle of July all the way into almost the Christmas time. Like I know Thanksgiving time, there's a turkey trot that's associated with the charitable organization. So you'll see a lot of that, and a lot of those are sponsored by hospitals or medical facilities. A lot of them are sponsored by small nonprofit individual groups. You'll see some small pop-up groups that'll do different things. Sometimes they will be for individual causes. You know, someone's battling, a life-threatening illness or those sort of things. And then obviously the biggest ones that we see all the time are your national awareness groups. And you'll have a lot of small nonprofits or smaller groups that will kind of push some of those, but you will definitely see your national awareness. And we're going to go in the next slide and talk about some of the awareness things, just because there's a lot more out there than there ever has been before. And so I think it's important that we're all familiar with it. So these are monthly awareness campaign ideas. So these are some things, you know, that you'll see. Obviously, October's huge breast cancer awareness, right? And we always think of the pink ribbon, and that's kind of where I think a lot of this awareness, charitable organizations and fundraisings, you know, really took off, was the pink ribbon movement. But you'll see, and I looked this up because I wanted to know. You see all these ribbons out there, but you don't know, what colors is associated with what. So just some fun facts, and these are all awareness campaigns that I have seen fundraisers centered around. So September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a gold ribbon. November, lung cancer awareness, and diabetes awareness, which is the blue and gray. December is AIDS awareness. February always is the American Heart Association, the See Red campaign or the Wear Red campaign. And then March is autism awareness. And then you go into, the spring, and there's even more. There's a whole awareness calendar out there if it's something that you want to look into. But these are all things, and the ribbons, those are easy decorating because it's really the same sort of ribbon, just different colorations inside of there. So we'll talk a little bit about that too, but just some fun, things to sprinkle in just to get you kind of thinking about what kind of fundraisers we're talking about. So why, as a promotional products company, would you want to do fundraising events or fulfill fundraising events? A lot of times people associate, fundraising events with donations or lower profit margins because, a lot of times you're helping out by doing it for less money because it is a charitable organization or they're trying to earn money. But some things that is really important to consider when it comes to this and when to get involved and why to get involved are, some of the obvious ones. First, it's always great to raise awareness for various causes, things that are important to you, things that you're passionate about. It could be a community organization. It could be, a child that you have that, that's involved in something. There's a variety of different reasons, okay? But in addition to that, an opportunity for sponsorship will help you get your brand name out there, right? So even though you may not make as big of a profit per item as you do, which you can still make really great profit here, getting your name out there will definitely coast you through and really help push some of that. Many customers will support local businesses that are involved in community organizations. They want to see that the vendors and that the people that they're working with are contributing to the community and that they're giving back. And we've seen this more and more and more during these last year and a half or almost 2 years now of this pandemic that we've been going through. We saw a lot of support local campaigns, support local restaurants, support local businesses. You saw a lot of those types of events, and people were really starting to shop local and patronizing local customers again. So it's been kind of a big shift, and we're still seeing that, and I would still continue to ride that train. But definitely, if you can, get your name out there. A lot of times, if you are donating or you are, supplementing things for charitable fundraisers, you should always try to negotiate that your company name is present someplace as a sponsorship in some giveaways that you're giving, so people know that it was sponsored by or provided by, so on and so forth. Again, because you're going to get your name out there. And let's face it, we're in promo products, right? The whole idea is to get our customers' names out there. Well, this is an opportunity to do a dual role here, so we can get the organization's name out there as well as your account's name out there. And then annual events. If you get into an annual event, let's say you do a breast cancer awareness walk, you do it this year, and they do it again next year. You're creating repeat business for yourself. So if you do it and you do it well and you create a really great relationship with that client, we're hopeful, obviously, that it will become an ongoing event, an annual event. Your client's hoping it's going to become an annual event as well. So it's always great because those are things that you can count on. And I really even encourage people to try to look for fundraising or charitable events that are happening in off season. So in seasons when you're not typically largely busy, it would be a great way if you could get in the door to supplement during the off times some different things that you would normally be slow or not having a ton of orders hitting your door. So there's a million other reasons why this is great, but some of the other things that we're going to talk about with regards to the decoration side of it is the really nice thing about decorating for charitable organizations or fundraiser events is typically we've got one logo. We have one, maybe two pieces of artwork that we're dealing with that you can use across different applications. So, you know, anything from banners and stickers to, you know, your standard t-shirts or bags. And it's one piece of artwork that you can do in a variety of different decoration techniques. A lot of times they want it to be economical because they're minimal or they're giveaways with a certain dollar value that's associated with it. So sometimes it can be, you know, easy, quick turn things because we're going to go with an economic option. And, you know, maybe just press it, or maybe, you know, maybe it is that you contract out to a screen printer for your t-shirts, but a lot of times it's kind of like hands off. And when it's annual events, it's nice because typically the design stays the same, the artwork stays the same, maybe the date, the time will change. So it's usually updating when you get in, it's literally updating one line of artwork and doing the same thing that you did. So everybody loves it. Your customer loves it. You love it because it's easy. And then your supplier, if you're not doing any in-house decoration, is going to love it as well because it's going to be a real easy, no fuss sort of order to do. So what products work really good for fundraising? So we're going to talk about wearables because, you know, that's who we are and that's the business that we're in, but we're not going to focus on wearables today or accessory items because we do that a lot at stalls. We talk to promo a lot across the board because we're the heat printers, but we have a lot of other products that are not heat printing related. So that's really where we're going to focus our time today talking about. But when we talk about wearables, you have your standard t-shirts and hats. Those are the two most popular things, especially for fundraisers. They're inexpensive. Everyone wants to go to a bike-a-thon, so to speak, and they want to wear a t-shirt. They want to get the t-shirt. You want to go to a walk. If you go to an awareness walk, everyone's wearing the same awareness t-shirt. There's some camaraderie there. There's some community. There's a whole political mental capacity associated with all wearing the same thing and showing unity and solidarity, right? So that's what we're talking about. And then cinch sacks are really great too. So if you do bags, promotional totes or cinch bags work really well for fundraising items because they're inexpensive deliverables or you know, non-apparel items. So they're not super expensive to use totes or even the, you know, the little cinch sacks that go on the back, and they're really popular. People like them. People always like little bags to put things in, and they hang on to them. So they'll wear the t-shirts over and over and over again, and the bags will be nice because a lot of these sort of promotional bags that I have from fundraising events are the ones that I keep in my glove compartment or in the back of my car, you know, if I'm going somewhere and I need to grab something quick, or even in my desk drawer in the office. Oh, I need a tote today, or I need something to carry some things home and back and forth. I'm going to pull that out. So those are, people hang on to those things because they're useful. People hang on to items that are useful. So again, going to get some longevity out of them as well. And then non-apparel items that we're going to kind of focus on are drinkware. So tumblers, water bottles, koozies are big. So tumblers are going to be a little bit more high-end and insulated tumbler. Those are going to be some nice giveaways. Maybe even those are some sell items that you sell at the event. Your water bottles, your more plastic squishy type water bottles are going to be giveaway events, more on the giveaway because they're going to be more economical and less expensive. And these are all things that you can pretty much do without the use of a heat press. And then koozies. So koozies are really good. They have those neoprene or polyester koozies that are, again, relatively inexpensive that you can heat print onto and create some, you know, giveaways. And they're just, again, really inexpensive things that people can take away. And then signage and event promotion. So this is really what we're going to focus on: banners, stickers, wall graphics, all the different ways that you can get the kind of name and the event and advertise it and get it out there and get, you know, things going with it. Again, your t-shirts and your bags are going to be your things that are most common that you're going to do all the time. And that we've talked about a million times together. So we're not going to focus on those today so much, but those are all different things that you can talk about. And again, we've taken pretty much the same basic piece of artwork. In this slide, we've changed it up a little bit just to show you some of the different renditions. And some of the products that I'm gonna highlight for you today, I did use some of these different ones just to show you the differences, but essentially you could use one of these for all these applications and it could be relatively simple. And notice this one doesn't have a date in it, so that makes it even easier, because if we do it again next year, we can not have to worry about changing anything. We can do the exact same thing. So those are some of the products that you're gonna want to use and show your customer. When we talk about decorations, what decorations to use for what? So when we talk about t-shirts and bags, we're going to be talking about heat transfers, okay? So anything in your textile side, we're going to be talking about heat transfer products. And there's multitude of heat transfer products that you can use out there. You can also do, you know, a screen print on these. And if you're doing high enough volume, you know, sometimes that may be the best way to go. But we have, from our Stahls Transfer Express division, we have our goof-proof transfers, which are plastisol ink on paper transfers. So it's going to mimic a screen print 100%, but it's going to be something that you can then just heat press with a heat press, a shirt press, or a cat press if you're putting it on a cat. Goof-proof transfers are going to be super great for your single, 2-color, maybe even 3, depending on the volume, because it's spot color printing. You're not going to get gradients and shadings and tones. It's definitely spot color printing. And again, very similar to a screen print, but you know, for a couple of colors, it's going to be very economical. Heat application is literally 4 to 6 seconds, and it's a hot peel. So literally you can produce a lot if you're heat printing them in a really short period of time, which helps again to kind of alleviate some of that, you know, economics of doing fundraising events. And that's really what we're talking about. So what I'm giving you here on this slide are more the economical applications. Could you go high end with some of the flex style and leather and some of those dimensional emblems and treatments? Absolutely, 100%. But typically when we're talking about fundraisers, we're talking about, you know, lower cost decoration, not lower quality. The quality is still great and amazing and going to last for a long time. But lower cost as far as cost and even time and labor associated with it. And then, you know, like I said, there's a lot of different other applications that you could use, but the ultra color is going to be great as far as transfers go when you get into full color or 3 or more colors, because ultra color is that really great product that's full color CMYK process printing out of Transfer Express that you can get single images, or you can do gang sheets where you gang up a whole bunch of images all together and take advantage of the real estate and really drive down the economics of it. So your per transfer price is much lower. And ultra color is definitely full color gradients and shadings, pretty much anything that you want. It's light, it's got a soft feel. It's really, really, really great product. So this is really going to be one of those other ones that will be really well received for printing on t-shirts or tote bags or cinch sacks, in as far as those things go. And then the what to use when grid. So for those of you that have not seen the what to use when grid, I'm going to show it to you in a second. I'm going to stop sharing my slide presentation and bring up another screen and show it to you so that you can see what we're talking about, and we'll walk through it and talk about it a little bit. And then I can definitely email it out to anybody. So if you, after you see it, if you feel like you want the digital version, if you just type your email address into the chat, we will capture those, and I will definitely email that out to you so that you have the PDF. That will be really, really helpful. But you may decide that you don't want it. I thought we had it downloadable on our website, but it isn't. So let me stop sharing my screen and share another screen with you, and I'm going to show this to you. Get it up here so we can show it to you, because it is really a great option. Okay, let's see. All right, so hopefully you can see this, what heat transfer guide, what to use when. And Carrie, if you can't see that, just let me know, but I think I did it right.
It looks great.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so here's the what to use when guide, and the science behind it is not, but what we've done is we've taken the most common, scroll down a little, the most common sizes, colors, and that sort of the most frequently done items as far as garment decoration goes, right? Whenever you would be decorating onto a textile. And we've tried to narrow it down for you so that you don't get into this quandary of what product do I use from Stalls or from, you know, any manufacturer when I need to print different things. So we're going to talk about the top. We're going to ask you about color. So is it 1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4 color, 5 color, or 6 or more colors, right? So this is important. How many colors is it? Garment quantity or whatever quantity. Is it 1 piece? Is it 12 pieces? Is it 20 pieces? Is it 35 pieces? You know, so on and so forth. And then we've just created this grid that said, you know, if you have a 2-color design and you need 12 pieces, you're going to use a CAD cut heat transfer vinyl. And that's pretty standard, which is, you know, it's a heat transfer vinyl on a roll. You can cut in-house if you have capacity, or Stalls can cut it for you, okay? If you get into the multiple color, but the lower quantity, so you get 3 or more colors, but in this lower quantity, you're going to want a CAD Prints full color transfer. So that's going to be full color CMYK printing on a white vinyl material that we then, you know, register cut. So it's a transfer material, but it's great for low quantity full color. All right. When you get into, like I said, we talked about the goof proof, which is a plastisol screen printed transfer. 1 to 2, you know, you get 20 or 35 pieces and up, you should be going with either a screen print or a plastisol screen printed transfer. They're interchangeable. You know, if you have a great screen printer that you use and you're not quite sure when to do it, then, you know, this will help you in that. And if you have a heat press and you want to do it in-house, that's fine too. You know, we have an answer for you, but that's when you want to use a plastisol screen printed transfer or screen print. And then this other big red box here is when is the best optimum time to use the ultracolor digital screen printed transfer. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 color and 20, you know, even 12 pieces and up, we have an option for you in the ultracolor. So this really just narrows down all of the there's a lot other technologies out there. So this doesn't encompass special effects. You know, if you want metallic, if you want foil, if you want dimension, that's not in this grid. This grid is solely here to give you an idea of your most standard decorating techniques, which one would be the best solution for these types of things, right? And then we don't also take into account specialty fabrics. So if you need to print on nylon, that might be ultracolor stretch might work, but you know, there's other options there. So this is just your standard cotton poly 100% or cotton poly blends, and then your colors and your standard printing technologies. The second part of this gives you an idea of what these products are. So CAD cut heat transfer vinyl, we give you where they're available at. CAD Prints full color digital transfers, we give you some of the medias that we use, and you know, see CAD Prints Super Tech Opaque, best for nylon. And then your plastisol screen printed transfers, like I said, the goof proof, the elasti prints, and then the digital. So the ultracolor soft and the ultracolor stretch. So, and then we kind of tell you, hey, you can go to Stalls for these, you can go to Transfer Express for these options. So, like I said, if you want this grid, if you haven't seen it and you'd like it, shoot me the email address and we'll definitely email it out to you. So it looks like we do have a question that I will pause and take while we're on this slide. So it looks like Pam would like to know if goof proof can be purchased through Stalls as a roll, and the answer is no. So goof proof is a plastisol. So it's when we manufacture goof proof transfers, we're essentially screen printing onto a release paper instead of screen printing direct to a garment. So we don't have a way to manufacture that in a roll form that would then be cuttable and be available for heat application. So But we do have other CAD cut vinyls that will work and can be cut. You know, Ultra Weed's a really great option. Fashion Film, Premium Plus, we have quite a few. So there are definitely products out there that are close to, they're vinyls, but they're close to that screen print look and that matte finish and that soft feel that you'll get that are definitely cuttable. But I'm sorry, Pam, we don't have that available. Okay, so let's go back to my PowerPoint. Let me share a different screen with you as soon as I find the little icon that I lost. It's here somewhere. Sorry. Okay. Oops. Let's pull this up. Sorry. Let's see. Here we go. There it is. Nope. I lost my little toggle switch to toggle to what screen I want to share with you. So I do apologize, but for some reason, I'm having a hard time getting it back. Oh, there it is. All right, sorry about that. Here we go. We'll go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Perfect. Okay. So next, we're going to talk about banners. So whenever you're doing, and like I said, we're going to focus really on the non-apparel items today. So whenever you're doing events, fundraising events, besides all the wearables and giveaways and things that you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get the message out there that it's coming and that it's there where the location is. You want to create some really great visual appeal to attract people to the location. So a lot of people don't know that Stalls does full color banners. So you can get banners from Stalls. We have banners that are sized from 4 feet high up to 10 feet wide, so substantially large banners. We have 2 different finishes available. We have the economic one, and then we have a luster, which is a little shiny. I've always only ever used the economy. It's perfectly fine, especially for fundraising events, because it's going to go up probably, you know, even if you use it year after year, if you don't date it, you can use the same banner over and over again, year after year. If it's an annual event, just roll it up and put it away. If you leave it out for, you know, long periods of time, you might get some fading, but you're gonna take it down and put it up, especially for types of events. But it's really great. There's no art fees associated with it. You can upload artwork unless you want us to modify something for you or create some artwork for you. There's no art fees associated with our banners. You can upload a piece of artwork, select a size, select an orientation. We have grommeting options available for you, so you can get grommets across the top only, which works really well. If you're just hanging it, you know, from a pole or something, top down, you can get grommets in all 4 corners, or you can get grommets all the way around the perimeter if you have to string it and you want it to be nice and tight. And then you can just use rope or twine or whatever to hang it wherever you need it to go. But the banners are really colorful. They're really easy to order. I'm going to show you some of that in a few minutes. But they're really, really, really great. And again, you can take the same artwork on our same uploader that you do everything else. You can upload the piece of artwork, select all of the options that you want. We'll print it, we'll grommet it, and we'll ship it back to you. And then you'll have it available for you for your event. And I mean, after you get approved and you approve the artwork, our banners ship within 2 business days. So it's a really, really quick turn time. And so this is a really easy way to add that kind of pop, let them know that this is where the event is, the starting line, the finish line, whatever it is that you need, you can definitely we'll get a banner done for you. And I'm going to show you all these, but I'm going to go through the slides first and then we'll go back. So stickers and decals. Here we're showing you a sticker on a pad folio. Like I said, I think water bottles are probably a more applicable application for these as far as fundraising events go, but our stickers or decals, they're full color vinyl decals. So they're not your paper stickers. They're not your standard paper stickers that you're going to get, that you're going to have peel off of paper and stick to, you know, just about everything. These are vinyl decals. So And that's a huge difference. These are going to be indicative of the things that you see on the car window, proud mom of an honor student, or, whatever, those types of things, your kids' sporting goods teams and their numbers and things in it. That's this type of vinyl. So it's full color vinyl decals. They're water resistant, so you can put them on the outside of a vehicle. They're great for water bottles for that exact reason, because water bottles will definitely sweat with condensation. So they're going to be water resistant. They're very, very durable. They're not going to come off, really easily. They're not going to scratch off. They're going to last a long time. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words today. But they're multi-purpose use. So when I mean that is I'm saying they are good for flat, smooth surfaces. So water bottles, like I said, tumblers, lockers, if you just want to even hand these stickers out, you can do that. People can put them on the lockers. They can put them on their car windows. Whatever it is, the application, this would be something that you could encompass as a giveaway, or create water bottles with it and do a giveaway for them to use at a later date. So just a quick, easy way to use the same, like I said, this is the same artwork that we did on the banner. We've created a sticker with. Easy peasy. And again, I'm going to show you how to upload as well. Floor/wall graphics and window clings. So this is another non-apparel option that we have through Stalls that you can use to advertise, and it doesn't just have to be fundraiser driven, obviously, but that you can get some decorations out there using the same piece of artwork. So all of our graphics are full color. A few things about the different versions. So the floor graphics, and these came about during COVID when we needed to have graphics on the floor that, stay 6 feet apart or stand here, those types of friendly reminders that we were seeing. But because of that, and they're going on the floor, they're laminated. They have a very thin 4mm laminate over top of them, which makes them scuff and slip resistant. So they're not going to scuff. They're not going to lose color with, with walking on them. They're slip resistant, so they're safe. They're not going to cause any issues with people, slipping or falling. So that's huge. And they're full color. They have a huge size that you can do. And we're seeing more and more people utilize these now, transitioning away from some of the pandemic uses that we had for them. And you're seeing start and stop, and you're seeing school things, like fun things for elementary schools or grade schools, or even in our office here, we have some friendly reminders, smile, or, be kind, those sort of things that are happening that people are using floor graphics for. Floor graphics would be really great for if you have a walkathon or a jumpathon or something in a gymnasium, let's say, and you need to, identify certain specific spaces, or you just want to add some pop of color, or if you're using hallways for different things. So common spaces could really benefit from this versus, if you're not doing something that's outside. Wall graphics are reusable and positionable. So the wall graphics are great because they are linen. So they're not a vinyl, they're actually a material linen. Very, very, very similar to some of those ever popular brands that people get and they put on their walls of, superheroes and so on and so forth. Very, very same sort of product. Full color, reusable and repositionable. And these are great because you can literally take them down, put them up, take them down, put them up. They're not going to ruin paint. They're not going to ruin drywall. They're not going to ruin anything, the finish or surfaces of anything. They're really light. They're really easy to put on. And again, I'm going to show you all these so you get an idea. And that's why I have the whiteboard behind me so I can show you how to use some of them. And then window clings are exactly, what they are, window clings. And window clings are great for especially like businesses that need to put like signage on the front of hours or so on and so forth. Or, if you need to direct traffic at your fundraiser in a certain way, don't use this door, use that door. And it's going to be temporary, right? Because we're doing traffic control of people, for a small event or a big event maybe. So it's going to be temporary. It's going to go up today and come down tomorrow. So that's where window clings will really help. Again, also things that you can, bag up and give away. So those are the different options that we have. I'm going to go into each one of these a little bit more, and then I'll show you the upload, and then we'll stop again and take some questions. So these are some of the options that are available. One of the things that we've talked about, and I've seen a lot recently with regards to fall fundraising, and even during COVID fundraising, was some people were going to virtual events. So for breast cancer walks, for instance, we're going to virtual walks where you would still get a sponsorship, you would still fundraise for your money, and you would make your contribution, and you would walk on your own on a certain date, time, so on and so forth. And there's all kind of social media interactions that are available, so that you still get that feeling of camaraderie where you're with everybody. This is a great opportunity for kidding. So if there are fundraising events out there that are going to be virtual and they're not going to take place in person for a variety of different reasons this fall, I'm going to encourage you to think about ways that you can use some of these products to kit things. So it would be really easy for you to create fundraising kits for clients that are doing these sort of events where the recipient would receive, as part of their sponsorship, a shirt, maybe a hat, a cinch sack, a sticker, a window cling, maybe a water bottle, or something decorated with all of these things. These are all really easy things, and some of them, like I said, the stickers, the clings, could be things that you just include on paper because it's so easy that they can apply them themselves. So they don't necessarily have to be on an item or a good. So I encourage kitting. We've done, I think, a couple of different webinars on kitting. We did one in person in ASI Chicago. That was a huge hit. And I know Rachel, my associate, has done one here in ASI. So definitely look up that and look at that resource that's already out there for you, because that's definitely going to be helpful. But let me stop sharing my screen again and go right back to here. There we go. Okay, so now you should be able to see me on camera, and I'm going to show you some of the different things that we have. So banners, we'll start with banners because that was the first one that we talked about. So banners are going to come. This banner you can see, I picked it up from our production facility this morning. It's on a core, so we're going to roll it for you nice. And when I received it, it was taped nice and tight. But I untaped it, so I didn't have to fumble with it while I was trying to show it to you. But as I unroll it, now I didn't do it too big because I wanted to be able to show it to you. I think I did 2 feet, but we could go much larger. But as I unroll it, you can see. So it's Bike the Bay, and it's that one. Go this way so you can see all the way down. Okay. And then in each, I just did a 4-corner grommet. So each of these, you can see kind of the thickness of the banner. It's a nice heavy duty, it's a heavy vinyl. It's not going anywhere. But you can see we've got grommets in all 4 corners, okay? Reinforced grommets, so that if you wanted to, again, you could, oops, there's the hole punch from the grommet, but then you would just affix this with rope right there and hang it. So again, I just did 2 feet, so that it wasn't so huge that I couldn't show it to you on camera. But this is a small, I think it's 2 by 3 feet banner. And again, really quick turn time. The color's great. I mean, the colors are great. They're definitely popping. Yes, you can do photographs. We're talking about fundraising today, but we've done banners with team photos on them and other things. So don't rule out, it's full color, so we can get gradients and shadings. Okay, let's see. Next, we will show you, I think I have, let me tell you, if you don't get grommeted banners, because there is an option to grommet and there's an option to get nothing. If you don't get grommeted banners and you don't select a grommet, you put none, you're going to get these power tabs. They're called Banner Up Power Tabs. And these they're really easy to use, but basically what you're doing is you're creating a place to put your rope. So if you remove them from this paper, you're gonna have this clear, and what you do is you essentially put these in the corner. So you fold them over, one on one side of the banner, one on the other side of the banner. So the banner would go in between here, and then you could poke a hole in the banner if you want, but I don't recommend that. We just recommend that you use this. There's this really nice hole here that you would then put your rope through, and the power tab is attached. And you'll get one for each corner of the banner. So if you don't get grommets, you'll get these instead. So either way, we give you a way to hang your banner. All right, so let's talk about clings. So this is the next one. So this one's kind of big. I did a big cling for a reason. So we've got a nice big cling for you. And that's why I have a whiteboard here today and not a heat press, because we're gonna do non-apparel. And the cling comes, this is the white cling. So when we're doing digital prints, we do not print white ink. We don't have the capacity to print white ink. So anything that is going to be white in the image is going to be the material. So I went with a white cling. We have clear as well. The nice thing about the clings is they can go inside or outside. So you can just see, I'm just removing the cling relatively easy and you can see the static from the backing sheet that I have here. And it's all one piece, and I encourage you to keep it all one piece if you can, because it's going to be way easier for you to place. And the clings are literally just placement. So sorry to turn my back to you, but you get the idea. Literally, that's it. It's a static cling. Nothing earth-shattering about it. And again, like I said, these are great applications for us because, you know, in some instances, these are things you can just deliver directly to your customer and you don't have any labor. You just order it and deliver it to the customer, and then the customer puts it wherever they need it. So it's, you know, really hands off for you. So it's really kind of amazing. And that's the cling. And then again, like I said, they're clings, so they come off very easy. They're repositionable. You can move them and save the carrier sheet that it comes on, because it's got a nice nonstick coating. You can remove it again, put it back on here, put it away for next year. If you're using it just for an event, these are things that you can use over and over and over again, or your customer can use over and over again. Okay, so we have clings and we've done banners. I'm going to show you the wall graphic. And so the wall graphic I actually took because I wanted to show you our new marketing kit. And in our new marketing kit, you're going to get a wall graphic in the marketing kit. And the wall graphic in the marketing kit comes rolled, but it's application instructions. And so I'm going to talk to you about the marketing kit in a minute. But I just want to show you, remove this, how the wall graphics work. So I'm just going to peel this off of here. I like to do wall graphics. This one's not that big, but I like to do wall graphics because they are a little tacky. I like to not peel the whole thing and stick it. I like to peel in sections. So I will like start at the top because this is just a rectangle, so it's pretty easy peasy. But I'm just going to fix it here. Okay, and then I can roll it down real easy. Okay, and then you can just smoosh out the bubbles. So super easy. And again, this is a linen, so this is a fabric, not a vinyl. So it's definitely got that linen-y fabric feel to it, and it is definitely easily removed. So I can move it and reposition it. Okay. Now this is, again, a small wall graphic that we're going to include in the marketing kit, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But behind me, the stalls that I have, this is also a wall graphic. So we've got all of our backdrops for virtuals throughout our office common spaces. We have used wall graphics to do that. So it doesn't just have to be a small, it can definitely be a whole entire wall if you want, and a repeating pattern. So that's what that is. And this has been up for, since COVID started. So March of 2019, 2020. That is when we installed a lot of these wall graphics. So they're not going anywhere unless you want them to. If I want to take that down, that's not going to be a problem. And that segues me to question number 2 that Pamela has related to wall graphics. So she's saying with wall graphics, she's had issues with them not staying in place. And I'm not quite sure if she wants to know if these are known issues with our products. So I'm not quite sure if you are referring to a Stahl's wall graphic that you used, Pamela. If you can answer me that, that would be helpful. But I have not experienced that with regards to the wall graphics or had those issues. I can tell you though that my experience has been the smoother the wall surface, the better adhesion you're going to get. So like I can even tell a difference between this super smooth whiteboard versus this wall, because this wall is a drywall and it's definitely, this is going to come off. Like when I try to peel it, it's not going to be as stuck there because it's got a little bit of a texture to it. So if you're putting it on wallpaper or wood or anything that's got some sort of even like I know a lot of the brick walls, like the cinder block walls, that may be what's causing some of the issues. And no, you said it's not with a Stahl's product. It was more of a general home decoration product. Okay, well that makes me feel better. I'm sorry that you had that problem, but I have not experienced that. Like I said, you can definitely see with this one on this clear, if I pull it, it's got a little, I mean, I have to pull it a little, but it's coming and it's not hurting the whiteboard, but there's definitely, it's not going anywhere. Same thing with the one behind me. So you might want to give it a try. But no, that's not an experience that we've had. Okay, so thank you for the question though. So we've talked about window clings, we've talked about the wall graphics, the banners, and now I'm going to show you a sticker. So where did I put my sticker? Is the question. Thought I had it in here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we did stickers. So stickers come on a white paper, and like I said, they are a vinyl sticker. So it's a paper, but it's not a paper sticker. You'll see if you look at the back of this, it's got that silver backing, which it serves a couple different purposes. First of all, it's a really nice, great adhesive, so it's going to stay for long periods of time. Again, water resistant. You could wash this. I wouldn't say dishwasher safe, but you could definitely hand wash if you're putting it on a tumbler or water bottle. You can get them if you do, the nice thing about these is if you do a sticker that has individual pieces, let's say you don't have a shield, you have some floating text, we will laminate it for you so it comes on a clear carrier. So it'll be easier for you or your client to adhere to something. You won't have to piece a bunch of little things. But if you give us a shape like this, we're going to make it real easy and not put a carrier on it for you. So you'll get this. And then in order to put this onto something, these are just what we call pressure sensitive. So you can peel it off. You can do the same sort of technique that I did with the wall graphic where you start from the bottom and go down. But this is pretty easy to use. So I'm just going to take my tumbler here and I'm just going to eyeball kind of the center and hope that I'm straight. And the funny thing about these is that these, you know, are definitely going to be a little bit more of a bugger to reposition. That's how good the adhesive is. So I kind of usually start lightly and work my way out because I don't want to have to struggle with it to reposition it, but I can if I want to. And so now I have a full color sticker on a tumbler and I literally did it in, you know, what, 20 seconds, if that. I probably spent more time talking about it than I did putting it on. So again, this is something you can do really relatively quickly or your clients can do relatively quickly. Okay, so you've seen everything as far as like the applications go, and I've spent a lot of time talking. We've had, you know, a couple questions, which is really great. I'm going to show you our website now, and I want to show you, well, first let me show you the marketing kit because I did tell you about that. So I'm super excited. Stahl's has a new marketing kit that's available. If you've never ordered a marketing kit from Transfer Express, or if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Transfer Express is this really great marketing kit, and Stahl's has come out with their own. So it's on our website. If you go to www.stahls.com, on the homepage, there's a really nice marketing kit that you can order, and you get it in a really nice Stahl's box. So samples inside, you open it up, and inside it explains to you everything that you get in the kit. We send you a t-shirt to create a point of sale display for yourself. You get a variety of ready to apply heat transfers in a bag. They're all coded and labeled so you know what you're getting. And this includes flock, reflective, glow, glitter flake, all the specialty effects, right? Things that you're going to do with vinyl. You're going to get some free space numbers that are available in different effects. You're going to get some full color logos, so some of the CAD prints products that we just talked about. You're going to get some, you're going to get that wall graphic with the heat applications, and then just some fun marketing things. But the other great thing about this marketing kit is you're going to get your heat transfer vinyl guide, and then we're going to give you this coupon. So it's a $10 coupon that's good off of a $50 purchase. So this is a really great way to kind of get a marketing kit so that you can create some display options that you are using for your customers. So it's a really, really, really great tool. So if you haven't gotten a marketing kit yet, like I said, they're brand new. So I'm encouraging everyone to hit us up and do that. So Jeff has a question on the cost of the marketing kit. I'm actually going to show that to you now online so you can see and we can talk about the price. So I'm going to go to our website. Get this up here. Hopefully we did the right, I think I did the wrong screen. We want to do this one. Nope. There we go. Okay. So we're at stalls.com. And if you go, it's right on the, it's in one of these rotating. So we'll just wait 1 second for it to pop up here. One of the headers. Here we go. Order yours today, right on this page, and it'll tell you everything that's in here, but I believe it's 50, but don't quote me. I just want to make sure. $49.95. 50 sounds good. So it's $49.95 each for the marketing kit, and then like I said, you get the $10 coupon off of that. So it's a really, really great tool. We talked a few times about uploading artwork, and I was going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to point you in the direction on our website because we are getting some questions. We're running out of time actually. So on our main website, if you go to our main website, you will see this artwork upload, and you log in. After you click this artwork uploader, it's going to take you, and this is where you're going to want to do anything custom related. So anytime you want to do anything custom with us, this is where you're going to go. So if you scroll down here, you can browse to attach, and you're just going to attach a file. And then after you do that, it's my banner, it will go through and it'll start asking you questions. And most everything that we talked about today is CAD prints. So you're going to go to the CAD prints category and you're going to make your product selection. So here's a banner, for instance. It's going to ask you which one do we want. And like I said, the one I showed you is economy. It's going to ask you the size. And like I said, we have 4 feet high all the way up to 10 inches wide. And I did something smaller, but we'll just show you for argument's sake. Grommets, 4 corners, perimeter, top only, or none. And like I said, if you choose none, you're going to get the power tips instead. Here's my artwork that I uploaded. You would want to name this artwork so that when it gets into your dashboard, you know what it is. You could leave us special instructions that says, like, I don't want any white space. Please make it big enough to fill the whole banner. I want color to the edge. Change the 20K to 30K, whatever it is that you'd like us to do with us or tell us. And then at the bottom, it's going to give you a price. So it's going to tell you, if you want the grommets, if you don't want the grommets, quantity. And then the most important thing I always tell everyone is the contact information. So it's really super important that you include in anything that you upload, give us the best contact information for the person that's actually doing this, because if we have any questions at all while this is in process, we're going to call you and we're going to want to talk to the person that's going to be able to give us the quickest answer. So we don't slow down your order. So it's really important that you give us the best information that's available. And then once you're done, you're going to hit submit artwork. When you do submit artwork, you're going to get an email notification to the email address that you chose here. that says it's been submitted. And then every step along the way, anytime it transitions to another step, you're going to get another notification. So there might be a point where you have to go back into your account and approve the artwork, and then you'd actually be ready to place the order for it. So everything that I showed you today is going to be available in this upload on www.stalls.com. So that's where you're going to want to go. I just wanted to show it to you, so it's not, you know, it's not a surprise. And if you have any questions and you're trying to upload artwork, you're not quite sure what the choices are, please feel free to contact me personally, or you can contact our customer service team. We will happily help you through the step-by-step. So with that being said, we have pretty much covered everything. I have managed to fill an hour, even though I always say I'm never going to do it, but I do. So that's great news. Hopefully you guys have learned something. I'm going to look and see if we have any other questions before we part ways today. Okay, so we answered Jeff's question about the marketing kit costs. Dave wants to know, do we offer free or discounted rates for self-promotions? We do not, but what we do offer to ASI members is if you are an ASI member and you're a customer of Stalls, you get, we give you a 7% discount on all of your orders with us. So if you have an account set up with us and you're not sure if you're getting that ASI discount, you want to make sure you contact our customer service team and ask them. If you're logged into online ordering, you should see it on your invoices. It'll say trade discount at the bottom, and that would be a certain percentage. And that is off pretty much everything, even heat press equipment. The only thing that's really excluded from that is our big equipment like printers, and cutting equipment, and then some of our dimensional products. Some of the dimensional emblems are exempt from a trade discount, but pretty much everything else with Stalls gets an ASI 7% discount if you're an ASI member. So, and that's forever. Like as long as you keep up your ASI membership, you will continually get that discount. There's no cap on that. So, so that's how we work that. It's just a blanket discount versus what the purpose of the use is for. But that's a really great question. Thank you for asking it. All right, so it doesn't look like we have any other questions today. So again, I hope I've given you some inspiring ideas for how to fundraise this season, whether it's going to be virtually or face-to-face is yet to be seen in some areas. But if not, I think everything that we've talked about could apply to at a later date. But I hope I've shown you some of the different products that Stalls offers that are unrelated to garment decoration. And you can kind of utilize those and put some into, you know, some practice, self-promo like Dave is asking, or, you know, some other great fundraising options. So I hope everyone has a great fall season and you guys are all super, super busy because that's what we're all hoping for, right? And everyone stays safe and healthy. And I appreciate you spending an hour with me this afternoon.